Hey, my name is Gaber the Gamer, and today we are going to be doing my friend Keykeeper 307, or as his YouTube channel would state, Borin Warren. We are going to be looking through his My Anime list today. I will put his YouTube channel in the description, so please go and check him out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to set our score to descending and apply it. Alright, so to start, we have Angel Beats in first place. Now, I haven't seen Angel Beats, but I've heard it's really good and it's supposed to make you cry. And honestly, that's why I want to watch it. And, along with his second show here, which I'll get to in a minute, this is also supposed to make you cry. But, this is supposed to make you cry, and I want to watch it. And then now moving over to Anohana the Flower, we saw that day. This being a show that was supposed to make you cry, that I watched, that did not make me cry. Now, Borin Warren will to this day say that that means that I am heartless. It doesn't mean that I'm heartless. It just means that it's not that sad. From the first episode, you can see what's gonna happen. It literally doesn't take brain cells. So, yeah, kind of crazy, but honestly, it wasn't that sad. So I don't know what he's talking about. And then moving forward, A Silent Voice. This movie is pretty good. I do like this movie. It is enjoyable. So with A Silent Voice, I would not give it a 10. But I know that some people would. It was a good movie with a really enjoyable story. The art is beautiful. The characters are nice. Other than, he mentioned the character that he doesn't like. But this girl right here, she kind of sucks. But everybody else in this movie, great characters. Really enjoyable movie. I'm not going to say anything about it because honestly, it's really good to just go and experience on your own. It's only a 2-hour movie, so just sit down, enjoy the movie. It was really good. But yeah, anyways, moving forward, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I have heard that this is the second best romance on the planet, and so I am going to watch it. And I'm probably going to enjoy it because I love me my romance. So honestly, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas it's coming up, and I'm excited to watch it. So yeah, and then moving forward, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2. All right, so I personally am not a fan of the Attack on Titan anime. Now, I never got past Season 1 because it's boring, and I heard that it gets good at around Season 2 or Part 2 of Season 1 or something, but I couldn't do it. But, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2, most people would agree that that's a valid point, so, okay. Kimi no Noa, or Your Name, this is a very popular, very, 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 very popular movie in, the anime movie, setup, other than Studio Ghibli, because everybody knows Studio Ghibli, but, a lot of people know this movie called Your Name, and it's enjoyable. I would not give it a 9, but it was good. There's not a lot to say about it. Really, really fun story. Just some good old emotional times. I didn't cry, but it definitely pulled on the heartstrings. It's a good show. I mean, movie. Enjoyable. Go check it out. Attack on Titan Season 3. Same thing as Season 3 Part 2, where I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say anything, but at the same time, I thought Attack on Titan was boring. Megalobox, I've heard it's supposed to be really good, and if you like boxing, go and check it out. I haven't seen it, so yeah. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Okay, so the only reason I'm planning on watching this show is because of Borin Warren. And that is because he insists that it is not what it looks like. Now, at this point, I've just given up and I decided to believe him. It's supposed to be about something like quantum mechanics, so it sounds like it could be interesting. So I'm a little excited to watch it. He gave it a 9 out of 10. I don't know if that's what I'll give it, but it does sound like a respectable point of view on this. Moving forward, Vinland Saga. I have not seen it. Again, I think that this is supposed to be an amazing show that I am planning on watching because, hey man, it's Vikings, and Vikings are cool, and it's the show that, I don't remember if it was Borin Warren or King Brody that said that it was Vinland Saga that told them that Vikings don't have to have superpowers to be cool. I think it was Borin Warren, but I could be incorrect. Anyways, moving forward, we have The Promised Neverland at a 9. This show was good. A 9 is a little high in my opinion, but I mean it's his list. It's good. It's a really good show. great mystery. Imagine growing up on a farm where you're going to be eaten. That's the plot of the show. And if you want to see that kind of stuff, if you're a psychopath or if you just like your good horror drama, then The Promised Neverland is probably a great idea for you to watch. Tokyo Revengers. Okay, I love Tokyo Revengers, don't get me wrong, but a 9, okay, the first season was a little boring, I'm not gonna lie. The fight scenes aren't all that great. I mean, it gets really good in Christmas Showdown and Tenjiku Hen, which is coming out, and honestly, I think that Tokyo Revengers is good, and the first season was good, but it gets better, and it's just it's not a 9, it's more like an 8 or a 7. I would put it around that. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Part 2. I love Mushoku Tensei, but Part 2 was not it for me. Part 2 was a little. It just made a big change out of nowhere, and without spoilers, that's about as simple as I can say it. Is there's a huge change that just kind of drops on you. So yeah, and honestly, it was just so random, and I didn't expect it at all, and it just kind of happened. And sure, that's a crazy plot twist and all, but honestly, I thought the first season was better. I liked seeing all the characters. I liked just seeing how they all attach to the main character. It's a good first season. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Entertainment District arc. Okay, so I have qualms with this because Mugen Train is better, and that's just fact. Entertainment District is still good, but Mugen Train was better than Entertainment District. And he does not agree, and most people don't agree, which is the only reason I'm not going to scold him for putting it at a 9, is because most people agree with the place that he put it at, so I won't kill him for today. Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown. This was better than Season 1, and if you disagree, you're a bozo, because honestly, Season 1 was good, but Season 2 is where it was, man. Season 2 is great. You get to meet Taiju, you get to see some crazy stuff going on, and it's just a really good season in general. So honestly, I would have to put Tokyo Revengers at least one below Christmas Showdown, but honestly, it's up to him, his list. I just, I guess he just enjoyed them the same, which, that's fine, that's fine. Classroom of the Elite 2. I haven't seen Classroom of the Elite. It is on my to watch that I haven't seen yet, and it honestly looks like it's going to be pretty interesting if it's anything like Liar Liar or Death Note, which I've heard it kind of is. It gets with the little brain cells, some crazy stuff going on. You got to think, and honestly, I'm pretty excited to watch it. Moving forward, Princess Mononoke. I personally did not enjoy Princess Mononoke that much. I will rewatch it eventually, but I've literally I just didn't enjoy it all that much. There's not a lot to say for me. Like it just wasn't all it, it just wasn't there. Code Geass, Lelouch the Revolution. I have heard that this is a great show. In season 2, I know the ending because spoilers happen in your lifetime. And I know how Code Geass ends. And it's crazy. And honestly, this show is I really want to watch it just because it sounds absolutely wild. It looks crazy. The art is so unique, like the goofy faces. I say goofy, but they're really just unique faces. You don't see them in anime. The weird figures. It just looks good. It looks interesting. I don't know, Exorcist or Blue Exorcist. So I haven't seen it, but my mom was really into Blue Exorcist, so I can't say a lot other than I guess it's supposed to be really good. Assassination Classroom. I watched this a long time ago, and honestly, when I say a long time ago, I mean a long time ago, like when I was like 8. So I cannot tell you for a fact that I am in love with it, but honestly, I'd probably put it at around an 8 or a 7 if I remembered it, because that's typically what it's rated, and that's about what I remember of it, is that it was enjoyable. It was not a 10 out of 10. It was no masterpiece. It was just really good, and I think Assassination Classroom being at an 8 is respectable. Attack on Titan Season 2. Again, this is supposed to be when Attack on Titan gets good. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm reading the manga, but I'm only on I just finished volume 4, and I'm waiting to buy more of the Attack on Titan volume, unlike pirating it, which I do with most of my series. I know, I'm a degenerate. One Punch Man. I was bored by this first season, and in my opinion, the second season was better, and I know that that is a hot take. But dude, it just was. It's just facts. Like this season wasn't where it was. Like it just wasn't. There was better. There was better. I'm telling you. I am telling you. One Punch Man season 1 was good, but there has been better One Punch Man going on. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Danganronpa 3, I just finished the first Danganronpa like a couple months ago, and honestly, it's pretty enjoyable. I love Danganronpa. Like, I watched the anime first, and I played the game, and I was like, wow, this game is way better than the anime. But I'm excited to play 2 because I don't have the spoilers for 2, unlike 1, where I already knew everybody who was the killer because I watched the anime. But honestly, this I like Danganronpa, and this show is supposed to be pretty decent. The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Okay, so this show's supposed to be funny, and I want to watch a funny. So honestly, it's on my to watch list because I want to laugh. Because laughing is fun, along with season 2. So it looks like he has them at about the same, which means that it's one of them. It's one of them shows that's just like, yeah, we just chilling, and it looks like it's a good show, and I want to watch it. Classroom of the Elite season 1, same thing with season 2, where I'm like, I haven't seen it, I want to watch it. Looks like it's supposed to be a psychological, and I really liked Liar Liar and Death Note. So honestly, if it's going to play with my brain cells, then I'll definitely have to check this out. Makia When the Promised Flower Blooms. I've never heard of this before. According to his video where he looked over his My Anime list, it sounds like the Anime Man talked about this on YouTube, which I've recently started getting into watching the Animes Man. So honestly, I don't know a lot about it. It's supposed to be pretty decent according to him, so I'll probably check it out here soon. Just watch it real quick, see if it's enjoyable, because he says it is. Moving forward, Dr. Stone. Okay, Dr. Stone is a really good show, but not to me. Dr. Stone is a show that a lot of people like that I absolutely hate. It's boring, it's survival, it's just, ugh. Like, okay, so he said in the video he doesn't know how this is survival. Okay, you wake up from stone, and now you have to survive and build a new life in a world with nothing. That is literally survival. Go play Minecraft, dude. It's the same exact thing. Dr. Stone is boring. It's not fun to watch. Like, science hurts my brain. Like, science is my least favorite subject in school because I just dislike science. And this is literally all science. This is just science. This is science if it was an anime. It's so not fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Too educational. Like, I'll watch it if you turn it on in school, but other than that, I'm not watching Dr. Stone. And Taiju gets taken out of the show by, like, episode 12, and I'm supposed to wait till, like, no, by, like, episode 5, Taiju gets taken out, and I'm supposed to wait till, like, season 2 for him to get back? Nah, he's the best character. I'm not waiting that long. Moving forward, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Really good show, and this first season was better than the second. Well, not the first part of season 1 was better than the second part of season 1. And honestly, I like the show, but there's just like it's a really good show. But why did you like part 2 more than season 1, bro? Come on. I guess he just needed like the not exactly action. I guess action. Cuz I don't even think part 1 has any action, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you get like, oh, I can use these spells. But I just liked seeing the characters and seeing how they all attached to Rudius and just seeing everything grow. And it's just a nice first season. It was just nice and, lax. It wasn't like insane like some of the other anime I've seen where it's just kind of dropping fight scenes on you every 2 seconds and just absolutely insane and wild. And so honestly, it was pretty good. ReZero Starting Life in Another World Season 2. He says Season 2 is better than Season 1. I have also heard that Season 1 is better than Season 2. So, I don't know what to say. I love Season 1. Season 1 is really good. I think it's a 10 out of 10 on my list because that's just how good it is. ReZero is a really enjoyable show. There's not a lot much to say about it. Attack on Titan final season. Again, haven't seen it. It just ended. So that should be pretty crazy for the people who have been waiting for Attack on Titan to end. I think that was a big game changer in the anime world was Attack on Titan just ended, so everybody's freaking out or something. Sounds pretty wild. Sounds pretty crazy. Jujutsu Kaisen. I did not personally like this show, and I know a lot of people did. Honestly, to me, this was just people fighting over and over and over again. And the second arc was a lazy excuse of a tournament. It was just boring. Like, oh, we're all supposed to be going for this demon that's in the woods, but we're all just going to fight each other instead because that's what we want to do. It was just boring to watch. It wasn't fun. I ended up doing my laundry while watching the show because I got so bored and I had to do something. I literally emptied my my dresser and then just started folding everything in it. That's how bored I was. It is not that good of a show, and I don't know why people rate it so highly. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. I'm planning on watching the movie because I'm gonna finish Jujutsu Kaisen because it's supposed to get better, but I don't like it. That's it's not a lot of much. There's not a lot much more to say. This is not Jujutsu Kaisen. This is My Hero Academia season 6. I haven't seen season 6. All I know is that the Vigilante arc is in this one, and that's supposed to be crazy. So, woohoo! Ashoka Tensei Jobless Reincarnation season 2. Okay, I don't know how you rate this the same thing as season 1. Part 1, because season 1, part 1 was definitely better, because this entire season is about Rudeus having ED, and that's just not fun to watch. So, I mean, it was fun to watch. It was a funny season, but at the same time, like, dude, that... if you're like, oh, I love me my action, but you're gonna throw in, like season 2 in the same place as season 1, I'm confused. Chill out, bro. What? But yeah, so this is a little high in my opinion, but his list, not mine. 5 centimeters per second. I've heard that this is really good. I have not seen it. I know that the title. I just found this out. The title is supposed to be like how far the cherry blossom or something falls, like from the tree. I don't know. It's something to do with like a sakura tree. That's about all I know about it. Setup of the end. I'm planning on watching it. He says that this show got completely forgotten, and honestly, yeah, it kind of has. I don't even know how I ended up coming across knowing that this show exists, but I did, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. But it sounds like that this show kind of just dropped off the face of the earth one day, and just kind of nobody thought about it anymore. So I'm excited to watch it because it looks like it's supposed to be good, but yeah, it just stopped existing one day, which is kind of crazy. And then ReZero, I already explained this. I thought season 1 was really good, and 7 is sad for poor little ReZero, but whatever. Danganronpa 3, The End of Hope's Peak High School Future arc. It's the same thing as the first season, or the one up here that I talked about earlier. Food Wars, The Second Plate. Food Wars is a... Food Wars has some pretty wonky stuff going on in it. And, you know, it's got, like, action somehow, and food, and, PG-13, rated R scenes. You know, it's nothing like nudity, but they have some pretty crazy stuff happen when they eat the food. And on it, go watch his video. He explains it a little more in detail than I do because, go watch his video. My Hero Academia Season 2. I like My Hero Academia Season 2. I really liked the school festival and the whole thing with Ida and Stain. Like, that was a really fun arc to watch. Those are 2 different arcs that I just mentioned, but they were fun arcs to watch, and they both are in Season 2. It was just a good season. I liked Season 2. I think it was a little better than a 7, but it's his list. Same thing with the other Danganronpas. Black Clover. So this show is on hiatus, and honestly, there's a big chance that it never ends. So, sad days. It looks like nobody's getting the ending for Black Clover anytime soon. So, sorry, but at least I didn't start Black Clover. Woohoo, I don't have to worry about it. So that's nice. Food Wars, The Third Plate. I haven't seen Food Wars, but, you know, as I mentioned earlier, this is it's a little more on the big kids side of shows. You gotta be a little older for your Food Wars. My Hero Academia Season 3. I just seen Episode 1. Looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'm excited to watch it. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. This did not get good until Spiders. When Rui gets introduced and all the spider stuff starts happening, that's when Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba gets good. And then from then on, it's just a good show. Like, everything about Demon Slayer, it just never falls off after the spiders. Like, once the spiders get in, the show picks up and it gets so good, and it's so much more fun to watch once the spider arc happens. So yeah. My Hero Academia Season 4. I don't know, I just know that this chick's depressed for some reason. Moving forward. Demon Slayer, the movie. This was so good. I loved this movie. This movie was great. Mugen Train is where my heart resides. I say the movie, but I saw the arc, the 7 episodes with better animation and some other stuff happening. So honestly, I loved Mugen Train. It was so good, and it's what really it got me into Demon Slayer. It pulled on the heartstrings. It was just a good arc. It was good Demon Slayer. It was really good. Demon Slayer, Swordsmith Village. This arc wasn't as great. I did like the Mist Hashira. He was pretty cool. She's okay, I guess. I mean, she exists. Mitsuri Kanroji, I think her name is. Yeah, so she exists. Uh, Genya? I'm pretty sure his name is Genya. He's pretty cool. Not the best season, not gonna lie. And this is a little confusing for me because this says JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Which, yes, he's seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But not all 26 episodes. He's only seen the first 9, so I don't know why it says 26. Uh, in case you're watching this video, you realize the first arc was not 26 episodes long. I know you haven't seen part 2 yet, so either watch part 2 and then score it, because I know you haven't seen part 2 yet, or go and, pause this. Attack on Titan. I think a 6 is probably good because the second part of it's supposed to get better. Haven't seen it just yet, so I don't know. Food Wars, same thing as earlier. More Food Wars, same thing as earlier. Rent a Girlfriend. I liked Rent a Girlfriend, okay? Sue me. It was an enjoyable show. I rated it like a 6 because of the actual quality of the show isn't that good and the main character sucks. And yeah, and apparently he thinks she's the best character, and that I think he said she's the worst or she's annoying or something. Which, no, she's the best character. Best character. Don't sue me. Like Ruka, it was just so good. Mommy sucked. Mizuru was existed, and she's literally so forgettable. I can't even remember her name. So yeah, the orange hair one, I don't remember her. She existed. Orient, I've never heard of it. He said that it's Demon Slayer ripoff, and honestly, by the looks of it, it kind of looks like a Demon Slayer ripoff. So yeah, The Eminence in Shadow. I'm pretty sure this is a big kid anime for a reason. So I'm not gonna say a lot more about it. Orient, haven't seen it. The Familiar of Zero, I never heard of it. He said that he saw it a really long time ago or something in his video. Go watch his video if you really want to hear his descriptions on why he rated every anime, what he rated it. So yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. He likes Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh! So I can't say anything. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! So cool. Infinite Stratus. Okay, he tricked me. Okay, so before I even moved to Idaho, I was like, how old was I in 4th grade? 9? Okay, so when I was about 9, he was watching Infinite Stratus, and we talked in person back in elementary school, and he was like, yo, you should watch a show called Infinite Stratus or something like that. He ended up mentioning it, and I went home, and I watched Infinite Stratus. I saw the first episode, and honestly, I think there's a reason why I never turned it back on after the first episode. I'm pretty sure this is a big kid anime. 98% sure. So, big kids only. Sword Art Online. The first arc was golden. Once you get into Elfheim, it's not. The main, like, when you're a kid, and it was the first anime I ever watched, and honestly, this show is really good when it's the only anime you've ever seen, but when you start to watch more, this show kind of falls off, because you realize that this show was not as good as you thought it was, because there is so much better. So while you thought this was great, there's greater, and it's absolutely insane. It's like a whole new experience. Excel World, I've never heard of it. And then High School DD, new. Okay, so let me give my opinion on High School DD real quick. This show is covered up under the guise of, oh, I watched it for the story. But no, you did not. You had different intents when you turned on High School DD. Maybe not during the first episode, because you've told me that you didn't know what you were getting into when you started it. But after the first episode, you knew what you were turning on. And this degeneracy of an anime, people will always say to this day that they watched it for the story, but no, you didn't. I know what you were looking for when you were watching this anime, and if you're gonna say you watched it for the story, why'd you rate it a 5? I wouldn't watch an anime that I rated a 5 after the first season, other than Jujutsu Kaisen, because it's supposed to get better. But you knew that this show wasn't gonna get better. You probably knew that chances were it was gonna get worse because of just the way that the show works. So, shut up with it was over the story, because I know it wasn't because I have half a brain. Nisekoi, haven't seen it. Sounds pretty crazy. Pokemon, man, it's Pokemon. I don't. 5 is a little mean for Pokemon. I like Pokemon. Pokemon's crazy. The Asterisk War. This is another one of the fan servicey anime. Haven't seen it. Whatever. Pokemon the series XYZ. Haven't seen it. But it's Pokemon. This is so low for Pokemon, dude. Pokemon needs to be at least 6. Pokemon's good. My Hero Academia. Season 1. Whoa! Season 1's a 5. Wait, Season 1 was good. Season 1 was like, yeah, because they. Bro, this was the one where they. Dude, this was the good season! This was like one of my favorite seasons of just anime in general because, like, it was so crazy. Like, I honestly rated it off quality when I gave it I think I gave it a 7. But, dude, I still really liked this season. This was still a really good season, and that's why it's in my favorites. Because, like, there was, like, the boat and, like, all the crazy stuff going on. And, like, you meet, what's his name? The guy with the hand on his face. I can't remember his name right now. There's so many crazy stuff, and it gets you hooked, man. It gets My Hero Academia just like that good start. It's a really good beginning for My Hero, and a 5 is kind of mean. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it. It's an isekai, and I've been enjoying isekai recently. So yeah, slime. The quintessential quintuplets. It's a harem. I don't know what else to say. It sounds interesting, I guess. I mean, I don't know a lot about it. It's got girls, so hey, if that's what you want, go check it out. ReZero Life in Another World, The Frozen Bond. I honestly wouldn't give the movie well, actually, it was about a 5 for me. It was like a 5 or a 6. It was a boring movie that I didn't enjoy all that much. It gives you Amelia's and Puck's background, but you just don't care. More slime, quintessential quintuplets. Again, it's got girls. A whisker away. Dude, this movie was weird. Because she, like, turns into a cat to get with this guy and get to know him and stuff. And then, like, somehow she's, like, in, like, the cat world now. And she's never going to be able to turn back. And there's some crazy stuff going on. And if you want to understand, like, the weirdness of this movie, just go and watch it. It was a really weird movie. I didn't love it. I think I gave it about a 5. It was a weird movie. Go ahead and check it out if you want. It's pretty strange. My Hero Academia Season 5. I heard that this is the worst season numerous times, so honestly, I'm going to back him and say this is probably the worst season. I haven't seen it, but, like, I've just heard that Season 4 and 5 are pretty boring My Hero Academia seasons, and they just kind of are, they're just boring, so I don't know if I'm super excited to get that far, but, you know, Season 6 is good, so I'll charge through. Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 2. Again, I liked Rent-A-Girlfriend. I think I get, you know, average is pretty good. I think this is a good rating for Season 2 because now you start to learn about Mizuru's dreams and aspirations and all that kind of stuff when, like, honestly, I don't care about her dreams or aspirations. Not to be mean, but she kind of sucks. She just exists along with the, I said pink-haired earlier, but that's more of an orange. And then Mommy's garbage, and then Ruka's the best, because, come on. And then, okay, so he mentioned that he doesn't like Redo of a Healer, and then he talked about the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an Aristocat. That was really hard to say. This is by the same creator as Redo of Healer, actually, surprisingly enough. And honestly, I wouldn't put it so far. I wouldn't say that it's probably, I would say that it's probably an ecchi, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen it. But just because it's by the same guy who did that monstrosity, then this is probably a big kid anime, along with the Eminence in Shadow, which he said that this is basically just an Eminence in Shadow. So, it's kind of crazy. Waiting in the Summer. I've never heard of Waiting in the Summer. So, I don't even know what to say about it. Looks kind of on the lines of, like, it looks like a slice of life. You want some slice of life?
I swear!
Hopefully I'm wrong and I'm not getting tricked and it's not like a Higurashi thing where it's like, oh, I look like a slice of life, but when you watch me, fingernails.
Crash at my door again, I dare
High School DxD Season 1. This is good at a 4. I like this at a 4. Actually, I think it deserves a 1 because of what I said earlier. This show is garbage, and if you like it, you're not human. Um, or if you like it, you're a degenerate. There, we'll put it like that. Sword Art Online season 2. Okay, so honestly, I've been afraid, but I'm gonna be honest because he said it in his video, so I'll say it too. The Gun Gale arc wasn't that bad. Okay, getting to learn about the guy behind the mask, it was pretty good. It was an enjoyable arc. Now all the Elfenheim stuff, that was boring. That was boring. But like the arc where you're trying to figure out like, oh, who's the guy that's killing everybody and like what's going on, it was good. It was an enjoyable arc. Although it kind of came out of nowhere with some people you've like never heard of before, and it was just it got a little strange, but it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. People hated on Gun Gale, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Uh, Danmachi. I've heard of it, or is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Danmachi. I don't want to say that title the whole time. But Danmachi is supposed to be, well, as you can tell, this is almost definitely most likely an ecchi. So I'm not going to say a lot about it. The only ecchi I'll hate on people for watching is High School DD because they'll always say it was for the story. At least when you watch Danmachi or other ecchis, you'll admit, like, oh, yeah, no, I just wanted some big kid content because that's obviously what you wanted when you watched this. Beyblade Burst. I watched Beyblade when I was a kid. I didn't watch Burst, though, so I can't say a lot. Darling in the Franxx. I'm planning on watching it. He said that some crazy thing happens eventually, and that's kind of the reason he dropped the show. So if you're near episode 20, I guess you're going to see something crazy, and if you've already seen it, you might know what he's talking about. He told me what happens. And honestly, dude, it's insane. Megalobox 2, he said that they just dropped the ball and they made this one bad and that it just wasn't worth watching. So, he didn't like Megalobox Season 2. Toradora. Okay, this is low. Hold on, what's Toradora normally rated? This is an extremely low Toradora rating, I'm not gonna lie. Really low. So I guess he just really didn't like Toradora. He said that he couldn't get into it. Like, he was bored, he just didn't like Taiga's character or something, and like other characters he just didn't get or something like that. Go watch his video, he explains it better than I do because I can't remember for whatever reason right now. More Infinite Stratus, again, big kid show. More High School DD, again, big kid show. The Rising of Shield Hero. Season 1's supposed to be good. Well, part 1 of Season 1, at least according to him, is supposed to be good. And then they get really bad, and then it just keeps getting worse, and then he just absolutely doesn't like that show. So, it looks like that show kind of sucks eventually. ReZero Starting Life in Another World, Memory Snow. He said it is filler. Do not watch it unless you want to watch it. I'm probably still going to, because I feel like getting every bit of ReZero that I can consume into my head. So I'm probably going to watch Memory Snow, even though it's just filler. I mean, I'm watching the filler of One Piece, so honestly, sue me. The Rising of Shield Heroes Season 2. Okay. So this, he said, is garbage, and that he dropped it because it was garbage. That's about all I know about it. I know that my parents liked it, so he might be on some next level drugs or something, I don't know. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. I've heard of it, but I've literally just heard the title. Golden Time. I haven't seen it. He says it's supposed to be garbage and that it was super boring. I've heard it's supposed to be pretty interesting. High School DD Hero. He said that they changed the animators and the voice actors and characters are nicer and everything's cuter or something, and it just gets bad here. And honestly, just by the looks of it, I can agree. It's High School DD and it looks like that, so it's probably garbage. The Promised Neverland Season 2. Okay, by me seeing it, I can also say that this is pretty bad. I did not like this show. This show was pretty bad. There was one thing that made it a 2 for me, and I can't say it because it's Major League spoilers, and honestly, I don't even know if he's there with how many episodes he's seen. So there was one thing that made this season interesting. A single thing, and that was it. And everything else about this season was just garbage. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Alright, I'm gonna take my hot take for the second time. This show is garbage! This show is so boring. It's not fun to watch. It's just, I hate it. I hate it. And I'm sorry for being that guy. that's like, oh, Neon Genesis Evangelion? That's a horrible show. When I know everybody's in love with that show, dude, it was so bad. It was just so boring. The characters aren't compelling. Nothing happens. It's so boring. I hate that show. Case closed. Or, what's this called? Detective Conan. It's supposed to be good. I haven't seen it yet. It's supposed to be pretty crazy, episodic, and like 1,000 episodes long. So pretty wild. Oh, these are what he's watching. Called Geass Lelouch of the Revolution R2. Just wait till you see the ending, dude. Your mind's gonna explode. A certain series. He wants to get into it, but it's confusing and it's hard to figure out the way to watch it. Same thing with Fate. Assassination Classroom second season. Planning on watching it. I don't remember it. The Astro Score season 2. Tisk tisk. Recreators. It interests him, I guess. ReZero, he's pausing it because he wants to wait for season 3 to come out, which good luck with that because that might take a minute. Summertime Rendering. I haven't seen it. It's supposed to be pretty crazy though. Vinland Saga season 2, he wants to watch it because he really liked the first season. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, he's watching it because it's airing and he's kind of got to wait for more episodes. Classroom of the Elite 3, it's not even out yet. He's watching Frieren. I want to watch it because it looks pretty interesting. The manga's at my school, so I might pick that up. The Kingdoms of Ruin. I don't know what to say about it. Looks like it's airing. He's watching it. The Eminence in Shadow Season 2, same thing, airing and he's watching it. My Hero Season 7, literally not even out yet. Returner's Magic should be special, airing and he's watching it. And then Tenjiku Hen, airing and he's watching it. So we have finally finished his list. And now, I'm going to go on pause real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah? Alright, I'm back. And honestly, I don't know if there's a lot more to say about his list. Let's just go to his account real quick. So yeah, go check out Borin Warren at his YouTube channel. He just made a video going over his own My Anime list. So it's supposed to be pretty. I watched it. It was pretty crazy, fun to watch. He's read manga? Wait, what? He's read manga? Oh yeah. His brother owns Berserk. He wants to read Eyes? That's kind of crazy. Fist of the North Star. I don't know what that is. Solo Leveling. Oh yeah, he told me about that. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, so I guess he reads manga. We'll go over the manga lists once me and the friends read more manga, which Brody's getting into it. We're trying to get, well, we should get Sean into it because, like, come on, it's manga. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was fun to make. Hope you guys had fun watching it. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.